Ready now for the final rotation here at the Super 6 Challenge. Here are the standings after 5. Georgia and Penn State are the only two teams that have completed the competition. Their last rotation is a bye, in other words. Florida, Alabama, Arizona, and Iowa yet to go in this 6th and final rotation. Alabama will be on the vault, on the bars. Florida, Iowa to the beam, and Arizona will finish up on the floor. There is the Alabama coach, Sarah Patterson. 27 years she has run that program, and there's Rhonda Fain in just her 3rd year here at the University of Florida.
And this is going to be an exciting rotation. Florida is 0.55 ahead of Alabama at this point. Alabama's on a big scoring event, and bars is good for Florida. It's going to be good, head-to-head. Let's see what happens.
Georgia has set the mark, 194.85. Let's put that into perspective. Florida, if they hope to win, would need to average 9.82 for 5 of their athletes to go into the lead. Alabama, which is over on the vault, which is typically a high-scoring event, needs a 9.93 average, which is unlikely. So, a lot of pressure on these young ladies in the final rotation. Georgia has set the mark to beat, and they're just going to sit back and watch and see if anybody can catch them. Suzanne Yocklin has taken her team off the floor. They're back in the locker room. Penn State, the only other team that is also finished with the competition here. They finished with a 193, a good score for an early outing for them. Okay, Orly Smooch up on the bars now.
She's just qualified to compete at the Maccabea Games. Very nice release move, going the other direction. Very clean work. I'm very impressed with her form. In fact, it has improved throughout her career. Really tight legs. Perfectly together on the dismount.
Oh, nice, give her a big score.
Dismount, but wow, can you do it any better, any cleaner? The release move in the middle of the routine is superb.
All right, quickly we're going over to Alabama on the vault. Erin Rightly ready to go. This battle is heating up.
Oh, Yurchenko laid out. Not a difficult vault. Not going to get a real big score because it's not worth as much in the code of points. Of course, the most common vault we see in collegiate gymnastics is that vault with a full twist. It's worth a 10.0. Many people think it should be devalued because there are more difficult vaults that the gymnast can perform, but we get no credit.
A lot of action here at the Super 6. We're going to go back and forth between these two teams who have a chance, albeit a long shot, to win this thing. The first score for Orly Smooch on the bars, 9.825. Remember, they said they have to average 9.82 to go into the lead.
Well, this makes it interesting.
Sure does.
Lead off. Rio has worked so hard all fall on this event. Greatly improved, increased her skill level, much cleaner. Coach Rhonda Fain has been very happy to see her progress here. Cranking up for the dismount. Very nice. Focusing double back. We'll step on the landing. When you're shooting for a 9.825, you can't have a step.
She's recovering from a knee injury, so perhaps protecting herself a little bit on that full twisting double, but good technique. 5 feet 7 inches tall. She can really fly those lines.
I was going to say, she is such a long gymnast, and she uses her height very well on this event. Nice long straight lines. Great, nice tight competition in this final rotation.
Now, moments ago, we had a 9.6, so that score will have to count. Back to the bar. Cherie Owens had a 9.825, so they are right on mark. Two scores strong enough to give them a chance to win this thing.
Fortunately, this is a weaker bar routine that kind of got tucked in there in the middle,
Good
which
coaching.
is excellent coaching. We'll see what the judges do with it. I wasn't scoring the routine in terms of the difficulty and what it's worth. But she hit.
We talked about what they need. We said 9.82 average. Well, there you go. 9.825. Maybe they were listening, Kathy.
Well, they're right down below us.
That's their hope if they want to win this thing in front of an adoring home crowd of nearly 8,000. And so the score for Ashley Reed, another 9.375. And that means that no matter what this next young lady does, Samantha Lutz, Georgia's going to win, and Florida should end up in second. But let's watch this exciting routine because she has a spectacular dismount as well.
Even with the missed dismount, this team has improved so much over the last few years. That's the landing they needed.
Nice finish for Samantha Lutz and the Florida Gators. Georgia's going to win. We'll come back with the final scores. Well, what a start to the 2005 NCAA Women's Gymnastics season. The final results are in here. By the way, Samantha Lutz from Florida on the bars had a 9.875, but it was not enough. Georgia wins by 0.4 of a point over Florida, the host of today's competition. Down on the floor now is Kathy Johnson-Clark, and she's with Suzanne Jockelin.
So, Suzanne, you said before the competition, with all these freshmen, you had no idea what they were going to do. Now, what do you think?
Well, I'm just very proud of them. I knew coming into the meet, just through experience and having been in this competition so many times, that it's so early in the season that a lot of teams are going to make a lot of mistakes. So our objective was to give our girls routines that they could hit and that we could start out the season with these freshmen having some confidence that we could build on, and that's what we did tonight.
So what's the next practice going to be like? What are you going to say to them?
Well, we've got a lot of work to do, but I've already said most of what I needed to say to them. They know that I'm very proud of them. They did exactly what the plan was, and that was to have as least number of falls as possible, and I think we only had one counting fall. And so for early in the season, with 60%, over half of our lineup freshmen on every single event, we just accomplished everything that I set down for them for the first competition.
Well, thank you. Congratulations, and good luck for the rest of the season. Back to you, Bart.
Well, they lost 9 star performers and brought in 5 exciting new freshmen, and the Georgia Gym Dogs won it all. Their 4th Super 6 challenge. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Kathy Johnson, I'm Bart Connor. Thanks for watching Gymnastics on ESPN.